back to the atmosphere in the form of carbon dioxide. Energy flow. The first law of thermodynamics, energy cannot be destroyed and can be converted from one form to another. And the second law of thermodynamics states that during conversion of one form of energy to another, the energy is lost in the form of heat. Food chains do not exist in isolation. Usually, food chain interconnected to form food web. That is the nature. We do not exist in isolation. We don't just exist as one species of human. We still depend on other species for our livelihood. Same thing with the other species, maybe in the forest ecosystem, in the pond ecosystem, underneath the sea. Okay, they have interconnected relationship to form a food web, or in bigger sense, what we call as ecosystem. Food chain and food web. Food chain, just one part of energy, meanwhile food web, all possible energy parts. Okay, we interconnect few food chain, and then we have food web. Okay, in the food web, the arrow points to the ether and shows the transfer of energy and also the loss of energy in the form of heat. Population ecology. Two modes of growth, J curve, which is exponential curve, and S curve, which is logistic curve. J curve occurs when there is no limit to population size and would result to exponential growth. The number of individuals to each generation increases as the total number of females. This means future is woman. Okay. You cannot have next generation without female. Two phases, lag phase and exponential phase. S curve occurs when a population is limited to one or more factors. Fewer resources, only enough to limited member of the population. Only the fittest will survive. This is part of the natural selection. If you're not fit enough, or if the individual is not fit enough, the probability to survive is lower. So if you need to have better adaptation with your ecosystem, with your surrounding, in order for you to continuously survive, because environment is ever changing. We are not stagnant. The environment, the ecosystem is not stagnant. It is ever changing. You need to adapt in order to survive. Species need to adapt in order to survive. Every environment has its own carrying capacity. The maximum load of individuals can be supported by the environment. Okay, this figure about J curve and S curve. Population ecology survivorship curve. They are type 1, type 2, and type 3. In type 1, the young and the reproductive age individuals have high probability of surviving. For example, in human. Type 2, intermediate between 1 and 3, same probability of surviving. All age groups, small. This is for small mammals, lizards, and birds. Type 3, high mortality among the early stage of life. For example, oyster, turtle, and insect. This the bigger picture for survivorship curve. The type 1 is for human. Type 2 is for birds, for lizards, And then type 3 we have for oyster, turtle, and also for plant. Carrying capacity, correlation between the resources available in a specific area and individuals that can be supported, always in a dynamic change. Sustainable development is a strategy to balance the process of maintaining population's need while preserving resources. It is defined as the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own need. How we can achieve sustainable development? The way is to conserve biodiversity. In order to achieve the sustainable development, the ways are, first you need to conserve biodiversity, preventing environmental damage, and we must explore and use renewable energy. For example, wind energy, water energy, that is a few example, and solar energy. Those are few example of renewable resources. For quantitative ecology, it is impossible to count every individuals in all kind of habitats. Thus, sampling can be done to define the population. Sampling could be random or systematic. Collected data can be used to represent the population. Sampling methods, you could, if you want to sample a population, you could use frame quadrat. For example, if you want to use it to study the area that is covered by organisms. For example, student, you want to study lichens on a tree trunks or study of Mimosa pudica. Pokok semalu near PPST building. You have specific species you want to study, and you have specific place where you want to study the species. And then sampling method number 2, line transect. Okay, you can use a tape about 10 meters long, put the tape at a point A to point B. Any individuals that can be found along the point A and to point B, for example, for 10 meters or maybe 20 meters, tape from one point A to point B, and then 1 meter to the left and right of the tape, all can be counted. For example, you want to study number of plant species in FSSA parking lot, near the FSSA parking lot, or in the jungle, for example, in a plot, study plot. You want to study species of plant. So you can use the line method or transect method. These are for frame quadrat. Okay, they use the square to do the survey. This is a line transect, the example. You can also use capture and recapture method for animals. Usually you want to study a population of snail in kebun or in a garden. And also you can use capture and recapture methods to study, for example, wild cats. Pattern of distribution, there are few types. One is clumped, second is uniform, third is random pattern. This can be obtained after you analyze data of quantitative ecology. Thank you.